Mexico's Congress conducted its inaugural public hearing on UFOs, presenting alleged alien corpses believed to be 1,000 years old. Let's find out more about this on Carlo Dela Peña's report.
Mexico's Congress recently hosted a public hearing on unidentified flying objects, or UFOs. During the event, attendees witnessed the unveiling of two mysterious corpses with shriveled bodies and shrunken heads. These were believed to be of non-human alien origin and estimated to be 1,000 years old. This Mexican Congress hearing, which took place on September 13, was led by Mexican journalist and ufologist Jaime Maussan, who has dedicated decades to investigating extraterrestrial phenomena. It also featured the participation of Mexican scientists and notable figures such as Ryan Graves, a former U.S. Navy pilot who claimed to have encountered UFOs during his flights. The focal point of the event was the unveiling of two mummified specimens reportedly discovered in Cusco, Peru. Researchers at the Autonomous National University of Mexico subjected these specimens to rigorous scientific examination, analyzing DNA evidence using radiocarbon dating to determine their age. However, despite the intensive examination, the so-called alien fossils were found to be covered with a layer of sand. Under oath, Jaime Maussan shared his findings with members of the Mexican government and U.S. officials in attendance. He emphasized that these specimens were not linked to UFO wreckage, but were found in diatom or algae mines and subsequently fossilized. According to Maussan, this suggests that these beings may not be connected to terrestrial evolution. During the event, Professor Abraham Avilob, director of the Harvard Astronomy Department and known for his work on the Umama theory, addressed the audience via video call. He urged the Mexican government to allow national scientists to conduct further studies on the possibility of alien existence. Reporting, this has been Carlo Dela Peña, SMNI News.
The Italian island of Lampedusa declared state of emergency after being swamped by thousands of migrants who arrived in less than 24 hours. This challenges Italy's ability to cope with the sudden influx. Justine Nazario reports.
A huge number of migrants arriving in rickety boats from Tunisia have flooded the Italian island of Lampedusa. Over 6,800 migrants arrived in just over 24 hours, surpassing the island's small resident population. According to reports, rough seas in Tunisia delayed smugglers' boat departures, leading to a backlog and a mass arrival in Lampedusa. To manage the situation, Italian authorities arranged for the transfer of migrants to Sicily or Calabria on the Italian mainland using commercial ferries and Coast Guard vessels. Francesca Basil, a spokesperson for the Italian Red Cross on Lampedusa, highlighted the immense effort being made to provide basic services to the 6,000 migrants currently housed on the island. In response to this crisis, France and Germany have announced plans to reject migrants arriving by sea on Italian shores, contrary to European Union asylum system rules. Typically, these migrants continue their journey northward in search of jobs or family reunification in other European countries. Italy's Interior Ministry reported over 120,000 sea arrivals this year, including 11,000 unaccompanied minors, with many continuing their journey to the north by foot, bus, or train. Reporting, this has been Justine Nazario, SMNI News.
Work is underway to build the world's largest radio telescope in Western Australia after decades of careful planning. Sheena Seldom reports.
The square-kilometer array observatory, described as the most significant science project in the world, is taking shape in a remote sheep station in outback Western Australia. The $3 billion technology will serve as a window to study the origins of the early universe and potential existence of extraterrestrial life. The massive telescope consists of 130,000 antennas and 197 radio dishes. These antennas can map space about 135 times faster than existing telescopes. To power the world's largest radio telescope, the engineers of the ambitious project have designed new electronic devices that are so quiet they can cause less disturbance than a mobile phone on the moon. Experts believe that human-made electronic hums could limit its ability to study the deepest part of the universe. The construction of the gigantic radio telescope will take approximately 5 to 6 years to complete. Reporting from New South Wales, this is Sheila Selim, SM9 News, Australia.
The Prime Minister of Poland insisted that his government will not permit the import of Ukrainian grain into the country, firmly opposing any such request. Jean Domingo tells us more.
Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki has stated that Poland will not allow Ukrainian grain into his country's market. This announcement comes as the European Union discussed whether to continue restricting Ukrainian grain imports. On Tuesday, the office of the Polish Prime Minister announced that the country will continue to ban imports of grain from Ukraine, even if the European Union does not extend its embargo beyond September 15. This ban concerns the imports of 4 agricultural products, which are wheat, corn, rapeseed, and sunflower seeds. Morawiecki made it clear that the interests of Polish farmers come first, and they won't allow cheap Ukrainian products to harm their agriculture industry. In a video address he posted on social media earlier this week, the Polish Prime Minister said, and I quote, "The EU is now considering whether to maintain the embargo. I'll tell you how it ends. Poland will not allow Ukrainian grain to flood us. Regardless of what the decision of Brussels officials will be, we will not open the border." End of quote. The European Parliament is set to debate the expiration of the EU's ban on importing Ukrainian grain in several Eastern European countries, including Poland. This ban was put in place earlier, essentially agreeing with the individual bans imposed by these nations. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has expressed disappointment, calling it a betrayal of European values if the EU doesn't lift the ban as promised. In response, Ukraine intends to seek arbitration at the World Trade Organization. The dispute has its roots in the EU's initial support for Ukraine during its conflict with Russia by lifting quotas and tariffs on Ukrainian exports. However, this backfired, leading to protests by local farmers in Eastern European countries who face tough competition from Ukrainian imports. While the ban prevented Ukrainian grain from entering these markets, it allowed for the transit of these goods through their territories. However, transportation costs affected the profits of companies that own Ukrainian farms. The study of the Oakland Institute called War and Theft, the Takeover of Ukraine's Agricultural Land, revealed that foreign interests, either directly or through foreign registered companies managed by local oligarchs, control much of Ukraine's farmland. Reporting for Newsline World, this has been Jean Domingo, SM9 News.